Good morning, guys, and good morning from Mr. Artemis as well. My name is Coach Summer. You are on Firestorm Freerunning Acrobatics YouTube channel for our series Firestorm at Home. This is AcroFlex number 23, I believe. Oh my goodness. 23. I'm not that age, but for a split second I thought I was. And we're getting into those mixed birthdays. And happy birthday to any of our members whose birthday has been during this stay-at-home order. I hope you guys found something creative, and I'm sorry that you guys couldn't spend it here, or not here, but with us at Firestorm. Any of our members who did get that email saying, hey, you get a free open gym for the month of your birthday, obviously, we're not going to tell you it is expired when we do open up the facility. We do want you guys to use it. Just be sure that you email the office just to confirm, and we shall be all set. That is basically our number one announcement, since we have been getting that email a lot, or that question a lot. But yes, you can use your free birthday open gym when we are back open. Everything will work itself out when we are back open, but we are glad that you thought of us and that you're still thinking of us, even though it is your birthday. Anyways, welcome to AcroFlex. We are going to be working on our Pancake, our Straddle, our thing that everyone wants to get. My calves are really sore because I've been doing calf raises, and oh my goodness, I can definitely feel a difference. So I hope that you guys are still feeling that gym soreness, even though we haven't been, fully training at a facility that has, spring floors and trampoline and everything. We hope that we've been entertaining enough to keep you guys active. What you guys will be needing today is actually not that much. If you guys have a yoga mat or a towel or a blanket, we do want something cushy to be on here under your bum that's just to make you more comfortable. The other thing that you guys don't exactly need, but if you guys want a challenge, or for my more advanced students, you'll be wanting the end of a broomstick. So just the stick part, not the broom part. So we'll be needing a broomstick. We'll be using that as kind of a marker, and then what you'll be needing else is you can even just use a visual mark on the floor if you have been taking progress photos and have been setting up something to be like, okay, this is my goal, this is showing how far I've stretched. Go get that thing that you're using for your progress photos, and we shall be all set. Alright, I think that is all we'll be needing today. The cats have food in their bowl, so hopefully they won't be distracting me too much, and we will be all set. We're actually going to start standing real quick. I know it's super early, and thank you for getting your body up and your body ready for the day, even though it's a Saturday. Let's do it to it. Alright, we're going to start off with our neck rolls. We're going to be really calm throughout this, so breathing into your nose, out through the mouth, or whatever feels natural to you. I just want you to keep breathing, start waking up the body. So chin to the chest. And start to roll out your neck. So right ear to right shoulder. Rotate it back.
Excuse me.
Left ear to left shoulder. And back to chest. Now I want you guys to repeat this. Keep breathing. Feel every crunch in your neck, waking it up. I want to do this slowly. And we want to be here for about 2 more rolls. So wherever you're at, 2 more. And then when you are going to change to the opposite side, that is when your chin falls to your chest. Just so you're not rolling in an awkward position. And last 2 rolls. When you are all done, just let your head rest to your chest. resting on your chest right here. If you want to give yourself a little bit of extra weight, you can intertwine your fingers behind the base of your skull and just let the weight of your elbows and your arms take it. I have a tendency to stick my hips out when I know I should keep them in line, so just be aware of your body and be aware if you are slouching and just compensating. Are you dying, Coach Freeland?
I got a tickle in the throat.
Alright, you're going to take away those intertwined fingers, turn your head to the right ear, right shoulder. You're going to press down on that imaginary table on your left-hand side. Flex the fingers up. If needed, you can take that right hand and place it on top of your head for a weighted neck stretch. Taking off that hand if you do have it, let go of that table, rotate your neck to the opposite side, press down on that table, and if you need it, place that hand on your head for an extra weight. Beautiful job. Let go of that hand if it is on top. Let go of that table. Rotate that neck to your chest. And looking straight ahead, we're going to roll back our shoulders. And rotate them forward. Mindy's about to have the zoomies.
Oh, it was Artemis.
It was. Alright, right arm across your chest with your thumb up. And rotate that thumb down. And opposite side, left arm up with your thumb up. And rotate that thumb down. Got fighting cuties. And letting those arms down. You're just going to cross your hands from side to side, just waking up your upper body. Even though we are only focusing on straddles and our pancakes, we do want to give our entire body a wake up since I do have you guys this early in the morning. And it's always just good to start off the day warming up your entire body. Alright, beautiful. I am going to start with, or we're going to start with our chest isolations. So that is when we are moving our rib cage in a circle, but we want to break it down even more. We want to move our rib cage forward, to the side, to the back, and to the opposite side. No. No, go eat food. We're going to start with our chest isolations. So I am feeling out where my rib cage is. Do I have to put you away? There you go. Chest isolations, moving our chest forward, sticking our chest out. We want to keep our hips and our legs and everything else the same, but we do want to feel that it's almost separating from our body. So my chest is forward, and then I'm going to move my chest back into neutral where it's like, you know, I'm standing around, and then I'm moving my chest to my right. You, as a viewer, may not feel the difference that I am feeling because this is my own personal body. This is how this movement feels for me. But you want to make sure that you feel that, oh, my chest is moving around. There are some people who have practiced this, and it looks really freaky. Coach Angel can even breathe with just one lung at a time. It's kind of strange, but she's practiced that for a very long time. Next time you see Coach Angel, just ask, hey, can you show me how you breathe in through one lung? And she'll show you how she breathes in one at a time. It's pretty fascinating. Alright, once you feel that you've gone to all four of those points, you want to rotate your chest and rotate the opposite direction. You're obviously going to have one good side and one bad side. Alright friends, we are going to hinge at the hips. We are going to do a flat back all the way to, so it's flat, and then we're going to hang out here, or hang out there, and then we'll go all the way to the ground. So if you need it, for my beginners, you can place your hands on your back. For my more advanced students, you can reach out in front of you. If you actually want to use your broomstick at this moment to add a little bit of, not even weight, but just another thing to concentrate on, more than welcome to. But that is already if you have already been reaching straight out. So, going over towards our flat back. And deep breath into the nose. And exhale all the way down. Oh my goodness, I am so tight today. Alright, so if you're already touching the ground, awesome. If you are still reaching for it, notice if you've gotten any closer to the ground. Progress. It's going to take time. If you can see right now, only my knuckles are on the ground. And I am very tired this morning. So we are going to do a little bit of hip dips or hip squats. While we are here, we are going to have our feet out turned. What I mean by that is our toes are going to be pointing out towards the corners and our heels are going to be closer towards us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend those knees forward. My chest is going to rotate up and I'm going to be right here. And I'll be able to place my hands on the ground if I'm a little bit over. This will give me a little bit of a push to come straight up. That's still a little tender. So let's squat again in here. Push those hips up, and squat, and hips up, and squat, and hips up. Beautiful job, Brad. If you can, what I want you to do is hold on to your elbows and just sway from side to side, wherever feels most comfortable for you. So letting your head rest down wherever it just hangs loose, grabbing those opposite elbows, and just sway from side to side. Doesn't have to be too fast. If it helps you, it would be super slow. But wherever it's most comfortable for you. Beautiful job. Hands are going to find the ground. We are going to go into a super deep squat. I turn because I'm going to be placing my elbows in the inside of my knees. So again, our toes are turned out, our heels are close to us. We're going to squat all the way down. We're going to find our balance. So if you do need to scoot those legs in towards each other, you can. Find our balance, and we're going to come into this prayer position in our hands and use our elbows and the inside of our legs to push out. If you want to rotate slightly or rock side to side, more than welcome to. If you want to challenge yourself by not pressing out with your elbows, but just holding out those legs, lift those elbows up. Remember to breathe. Beautiful job. Hands finding the ground. We're going to find our way down to our Pike Stretch. Oh my goodness. Hi, Artemis. So in our Pike Stretch, we're going to point out our toes. You can lean back on your arms. Point our toes. Engage through the legs. And flexing. Pointing out. And flexing. And pointing out. And flexing. pointing out one more time. And flexing. Alright, letting your legs in neutral. Shake out those legs. We're going to rotate our, I almost said leg wrists, your ankles. You're going to bring your right leg right above your left knee or right foot. Grabbing onto the ankle and holding onto that foot. I'm going to rotate that ankle in one direction. There's my first pop of the day. Oh my goodness. And rotate in the opposite direction. Beautiful job. Place that foot firmly on the ground and continue that rotation. Looking over your right shoulder in the back. And slowly start to unwind. Unwinding that right leg, setting it down, replacing the left leg on top. And rotate out that ankle in one direction. And opposite direction. There we are, placing that foot firmly on the ground. Rotate towards that left shoulder. And beautiful job unwinding those feet. We're going to go into our butterfly stretch just to wake up our hips a little bit. Bringing our heels and our toes close to us. Grabbing onto whatever feels comfortable for you. I like to grab onto the edge of my toes, or the tips of my toes. And we're just going to flap out our wings. Just to gently wake those hips up. Hips are a very delicate part when you are stretching, so you do want to make sure that you are properly warmed up. If you feel any kinks or anything that you feel like needs to pop, do whatever stretches, feel however comfortable you feel with yourself of being like, okay, I feel like I'm properly warmed up. If you do need to do a little bit of your own stretches, that is more than welcome as well. Waking up those hips. Say good morning, hips. Alright, stopping with those wing flaps. We're going to still keep our butterfly. My left hand, though, is going to come to the inside of my left knee. I'm going to push it down and face away. Beautiful job. Unwinding. Same with the opposite side. Right hand, right knee. Press it down. Looking at the opposite direction. Beautiful job. Unwinding, pressing our feet out into a diamond pose. So that's the little square diamond that we have in the center of our legs. We're going to rotate over to wherever feels comfortable for you. Alright, and straightening up. Alright, friends, let's go grab our drink of water. If you want to grab a broomstick, please do, and I will meet you back here on the mat. Welcome back. I have my cat mug. On the inside it says, "Are you kidding me?" I have a cat problem. Anyway, welcome back. I hope your water or your morning coffee, tea, whatever you guys do in the morning was hydrating. We do want to make sure that we are drinking a lot of water just because we're heading into those hot months and I don't want you guys to dehydrate. And we often forget to drink water. I realize for me, like, I drink a lot of juice. I drink hot chocolate. I drink things other than water when I know I should be drinking more water. So I have set up a goal for myself to drink at least 2 glasses a day. That is the bare minimum. That is sometimes the most I get, and that's very, very bad. I also want to say a happy Mother's Day to all of our Firestorm Freerunning mothers, our Firestorm Freerunning family mothers of our coaches, is I guess what it means. So, happy Mother's Day. Even for the dads who take on the mom role, happy Mother's Day. You're awesome. Single parent. Woo! Awesome. We are going to come back down to the floor. I'm going to grab my broomstick right over here. We have multiple brooms. We don't just always have just a broomstick. We sweep our house, we promise. So coming down to the mat, I am going to keep this slightly off of my mat, so still within reach, but not close with me. We're going to spread our legs out into a straddle, wherever you feel comfortable. I'm actually going to shift my hips back, just so my legs can be upturned. So this is where it's comfortable for me. That's why I like to have the yoga mat as well, is just to see where I am. My hips are actually off the mat and my heels are a little bit more towards the corner, so I am at a very shallow straddle for right now. I'm not really pressing it, just because I'm still warming up my body. I'm still waking up. I just had my first sip of water for the day, so I'm still waking up, or at least my body is. So we're going to be here in our straddle. Whoop! And we are going to be here. And our feet are going to be flexed up. And our toes are going to be pointed. And foot flexed. And pointed. Oh, that way. I'm going to slightly nudge you with the stick. And flexed and pointed. With these point and flex, you do want to be as far as you are off the ground as you can. Your first couple steps or your first couple flexes and points are obviously not going to be as high as you hoped, but you know, we are striving a little bit. So pointing and flexing, finding that flow for whatever moves better for you. If you don't know what to do with your hands, I often don't. I usually have them right here in the center on the fingertips. You can also have them on your hips as well. If you want to use them to check in kind of with your legs to make sure that you are engaging throughout your legs, you're more than welcome to. Thank you, Coach Freelove. And let's do our last point and flex, and then we're going to end up on our point. Alright, pointing out those feet, we are going to just do side to side. We're not completely doing our up and overs just yet, but just swaying from side to side. Keep those toes pointed. We don't want our knees to turn inwards at all. We just want to make sure that we are slowly warming up those hips. I feel a slight kink in my back near kind of where my tailbone is. So I am taking it easy. I'm listening to my body. Taking it slow. Alright, beautiful job. Finding your center. We are going to go into our up and over. I'm going to go to my right side first. My right arm is going to scoop under and be touching my left side or my left leg. My left arm is going to come on top and reaching over towards our right foot. I'm making sure that my chest isn't concave. I'm making sure my chest is pushed out almost like I'm stacking my shoulders. And I'm looking up towards the ceiling. Do also help with opening up my chest. Using that top arm to reach up, we are going to do the same with the opposite side. This left arm is going to scoop and come to my right. My right arm is going to come up and scoop over to my left. Looking up at the ceiling. And straightening up. And flat back towards that right leg. Remember to breathe, guys. And straightening up. And same with the opposite left side, flat back towards that left side. And straightening up. Beautiful job. We are going to go back into those again, but what we're doing here in the middle is we are going to do our pelvic rolls. So what I mean by that is super weird, or it sounds super weird, is you're going to use your hands to find wherever your hip bones are, wherever your pelvis is. It's great right here. What we're going to be doing is we are going to be rotating our hips forwards and backwards. So you're going to feel your tailbone lift up and off the mat, and you're going to feel slight, like you're leaning forward, and then we're going to rotate that tailbone back down. That is the best way involving the tailbone that I can explain. You are going to rotate your legs in just a little bit. That is totally okay. Right now what we're doing is we're hinging at, again, pelvis. So we are waking up those hips in a little bit of a deeper note. So put your hands on your hips. That's usually what helps for me. And I can physically feel that the plane on my hands is tilting. So tilting it all the way forward, lifting that tailbone off, and then placing it back on tilt backwards. Beautiful job, guys. We're going to go into our up and overs and our flat backs and doing that all again. Hopefully you will feel a difference now that it kind of moves around in your pelvis a little bit. So, right arm is going to curl under, reach towards the left leg. My left arm is going to be on top, reaching towards the right. Oh my goodness, I already feel vastly different. Remember to breathe. That top left arm to reach you up. Left arm now goes to right leg. Right arm is over. And reaching that top arm up. And flat back towards the right side. And straightening up, and flat back towards the left side, and reaching up. Beautiful job. Alright friends, we've done this with me before. We are going to do our fun, our ever so fun leg lifts in straddle. You guys may have remembered this from a couple episodes ago from our AcroFlex series, which is this one, where we are in our straddle and we are lifting up our legs one at a time and then both at the same time. So we're going to do that again. I'm going to start off with my left leg, because my left leg is not my good side, or it's my least practiced side, and then I will go over to my right side. So for my left leg, I am leaning back on my left hand. I am having my palm all the way on the ground. I feel a lot more controlled and a lot more grounded when I do have my palm laying flat. When I'm up on my fingertips, I do feel feel like there is a lot of pressure since I am leaning back. However, my front hand, or my right hand that's going to be the center, is going to be on my fingertips as a little bit of support. I feel like I'm too bent over if I have both palms on the ground, so my right hand is going to have the fingertips. So for my left leg, I'm leaning back just ever so slightly, and I'm going to point through my leg, and I'm going to lift, and I'm going to set it back down. We are going to do 8 of those, 8 on each side for right now, and then we'll see how we feel, and we might do another round. No promises though. So here on our straddle, we are going to lift for 8, all on your own count. Ready and go. Beautiful job. And opposite side, so my right hand is now behind me, flat palm. My left hand is now in the middle on its fingertips, pointing to my right and lifting. Beautiful job, friends. We're now going to go into the center, so both arms are behind us. I give a slight bend in my elbows just to help me leverage a little bit better. So we're going to do 8 in the center as well. All on your own count, lifting both at the same time. Ready and go. Oh my goodness. Woo! Those are super helpful for your inverts. So that is when you are on silks, when you're on aerial lyra, when you're going upside down and you're having to use your core and use your leg muscles to straddle and rotate upside down. It's a weird feeling, but that is one of the strength stretches or strength things that we can do to help make those inverts prettier, anything like that, or even stronger. So let's do that again. Now that we have done all sides, we know what kind to expect. Your foot also, or your leg, doesn't have to lift up that much. If you want to set progressions for yourself, like goals and wanting to get higher than the inch that you're doing, awesome. You're not going to feel a super huge difference just in between those workouts. If you're consistently doing these, like, oh, let me do a set in the morning, let me do a set at night, and we do that for like a week straight, you're going to definitely feel and see a major difference. It's all about consistency, my friends. So let's go back over to our left side. Left side, I'm going to lean back on that hand. I'm going to lift up that left leg and point, and all for an 8 count again. Ready? Let's go. Beautiful job. And right side. Whew. All right, and let's get towards the middle. Oh my goodness. Woo! All right. Let's go into something a little bit different, something a little bit more relaxing and not so much strenuous on our legs. So what I'm going to do is I am going to resituate my straddle here on the mat. Now that my hips are warmed up and I'm feeling a lot better, I'm going to scooch my hips a little bit forward, and now that they're on the mat. Taking note that my heels are on the mat, they're towards the corners, and now my hip bones are on the mat as well. So I'm in a little bit more of a wider straddle, so I definitely feel it more. What I'm going to be doing is we're just going to be doing small turns with our torso, but during those torso turns, we're also going to be rotating our legs down towards the ground. So we always talk about how we want our knees and our feet up and pointing straight at the ceiling. Well, this time, I want you guys to turn that leg and almost have your big toe touch the ground. I I'm going to give you a visual. So when I turn over to the left, my right leg is going to turn and my knee is going to come down and my big toe is coming down to the ground as well. Do you guys see that? Beautiful. We're going to turn back, that toe is going to come up, and that leg is going to reach or point straight up again. And I'm going to turn to the right, and my left side is going to turn in. These should be very small movements. If you need something to do with your hands, you can put them on your hips. For me, I kind of keep them towards the center or closer towards my torso, just so I have a little bit more of freedom in my movement. All right, beautiful job, friends. And we are here back into our neutral space. We're going to go through our points and our flexes one more time before we go into our pancake. It'll be a great time. So going through point and flex, pointing out and flex and point and flex. Pointing and flex. Last couple. Point, flex, and come back to a point. Beautiful job, friends. All right, so we're going to go down into our pancake. If you want to grab a broomstick, more than welcome to. I'm going to show you a couple different things that we can do with this while we are here. One of the things that I actually find quite fun is keeping it close to my legs to prevent my legs from turning in. I'll definitely feel it on the broomstick if my legs start to turn in, so if you want to keep it there. And this also helps you open up your chest more. If you have a pretty good grip on your broomstick with it going into your calves, you can almost pull it towards yourself and open up your straddle. So this, if for any of our acrobatic friends who have played on the lyra, which is the hoop that is suspended in the sky, when you are in your upside down straddle mount, or your inverted straddle mount in the center, your hands are here in the center and our legs are out wide. A lot of the times our chest concaves right here where our shoulders are now falling forward. We want to open up our chest and push those shoulders back. So this is a really good kind of upright visualization and practice when you don't have a lyra at home or not rigged. All right, beautiful job. So that is our stick right here to prevent us from turning our feet forward. We can definitely go down into our pancake using our stick from there. But if you want to give yourself a little bit of a challenge, you're going to reach it up above you, straight arms. We are going to come all the way down. For our friends who are not using the stick, we are just going to walk our fingers all the way down. So I will give you guys the visualization for the beginning one first, and then get you guys in our beginners a little more comfortable in your straddle. So if you want to walk out your fingers beyond your fingertips, we don't want to go any further than where we're at if our back is rounding. I want you guys to have flat back. So that means you're right here, awesome. If you're like, oh, I can challenge myself a little bit more and go a little bit more flat back like this, coming down, making sure my legs aren't turned in. Awesome. I want you guys to hang out there. For my more advanced students, if you want to grab a broomstick, you are going to do a flat back all the way to wherever it feels comfortable. Remember, don't turn those legs in. So here I am with my broomstick. I'm not going to be gripping it because I know that my knuckles will show if I am. So I'm going to have an open, stretched out hand just so I don't have any tension coming through there. So I'm coming here. And for right now, this is what feels most comfortable for me. I definitely feel a lot of pressure on my hips.
Excuse me.
If you want to bring it closer to your chest as well, more than welcome to. But if you are using this as a marker to be where you want to reach, see if you can reach your marker or if you can roll over your marker. And let's slowly start to walk our hands all the way back. Woo! That was your first pancake. It's breakfast. Okay. We're going to be going down into our straddle again. We're just going to wiggle out our legs a little bit. Let's wiggle them actually into a pike stretch together. Woo! We've been in that straddle for a long time now, feeling, huh? Woo! Alright. So what we're doing is we're just bending our knee ever so slightly in our pike, feeling wherever you just stretched. For me, I definitely feel like it's the inside of my knees towards the inner side of my leg. So that's where I feel my straddle. Woo, I don't feel it in my hamstrings anymore. Alright, we're going to go into our straddle one more time, and then we're going to grab a drink of water. Woo! Alright, with this next straddle, I want you guys to challenge yourself. If you guys are just using that as like, okay, let's see how my body feels, we'll wake it up a little bit more. See if you can step up your challenge just a little bit. See if you can go a little bit further. If you can use the broomstick as a little bit of a challenge, more than welcome to. Alright. Stretching out those legs. Alright, beautiful job. So in that straddle, and walking those hands down, or using the broomstick, wherever you feel comfortable. I'm hanging out in this pancake. Remember, breathe, guys. And slowly start to walk or tilt back. Wiggle those legs together. Oof. Alright, friends, let's go grab a drink of water. I will see you guys back on the mat. Alright, friends, coming back to the mat. Hello, how we doing? I hope that water was hydrating for you guys. When we are going into deep stretches like that, we are, almost doing little tears to our muscle. So we always want to hydrate and make sure that we are taking care of ourselves as well throughout the day if you did do a deep stretch. So we're going to be doing some little bits of cool down stretches to have you feel good, so you don't feel as tight anymore in your hips or in your legs of you being like, oh my gosh, I just did a really deep stretch that I haven't done in a really long time, and now I can't move. Obviously, I want you guys to still keep moving and keep motivated as well. So I'm here in my crisscross applesauce. I don't have my foot tucked under my leg, though. I do have my right leg slightly in front of my left leg. I am going to be on my sits bones, grounding my hips into the ground, but I am going to reach forward as far as I can. So just like our pancake straddle, reach forward as far as you can with a flat back. Make sure that your hips are staying on the ground as well. You don't want your hips to lift off of the ground. And start to walk those hands back. We're going to switch legs. So now the left leg is going to be in front of the right leg. And walking those hands all the way down. You might feel that you do have a side that isn't as mobile as the other side. This is definitely my left side. job, friends. Walking those hands back. What we're gonna do is we are gonna go into our butterfly stretch one more time. We had our beginning warm-up butterfly stretch, and now we're here doing our cool-down stretches. Flap out those butterfly wings. Do you feel different in your butterfly stretch? Do your hips feel a little bit more open? Mine definitely do. Definitely feel more warmed up and ready for the day. I'm going to stop those butterfly flaps. My left hand is going to come to my left knee, pushing it down and looking over my right shoulder. And releasing opposite side. And slowly start to come undone. We are going to reach out our legs into our diamond stretch again. Reaching forward. If we can, you can separate your feet about 6 inches apart from each other, so you're almost in this open-ended diamond, and reaching over using your elbows to push down on your calves or your shins. Beautiful job, friends. We're going to come onto all fours, onto our mat, so knees and hands. We're just going to do a quick cat-cow through our spine, finding wherever your neutral position is, and going into our cat. Hollow out the body, push off of those shoulders, and cow. Arch that back, look up towards the ceiling, push through those palms, curl that spine, round that spine, and arch again. Alright, and wagging out. Beautiful job. I want you guys to find your child's pose. So feet are together, knees are apart. You're going to sit those hips back, your arms reach out in front of you. Breathing wherever that child's pose may be. And walking those hands over to the left side, stretching out that right side. And walking your hands towards the right side, stretching out the left. Beautiful job. And we are going to go into a quick pigeon stretch on each side. So my right leg is going to come up and my left leg is going to stay back. And I'm just going to open and close those hips. So I'm just rotating those hips forwards and backwards. My hands are still on the ground. My chest is still over my knee. So I'm not in my upright pigeon. But I am just rolling through the hips, waking everything up. All right. And opposite side, so your left leg is now up, right leg is straight behind, and rotating through those hips. Alright, beautiful job, friends. Coming back to the mat, crisscross applesauce wherever you feel comfortable, your hands on your knees. We're just going to take our deep breaths to end the class. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. With your exhale, you should feel your shoulders pressing down, your hips grounding into the ground, and your spine straightening and lengthening through the crown of the head. Breathe in through your nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. friends, I hope you guys had a wonderful time this morning with me. You guys will be catching Coach Breelove up next for his Little Heroes class at 10:30. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, so say Happy Mother's Day to the mother figures in your life. And we shall see you guys on Monday for Parkour at 3 o'clock. We'll see you guys then.